Hello, BTT gang. Today we're taking a look at BitTorrent Cryptocurrency Analysis and Prediction in anticipation of the next 24 hours. Welcome back to Crypto Cash, your one-stop shop for cryptocurrency analysis. And before we take a look at this, let's go ahead and make sure you subscribe and like this video, of course, to make sure you're notified as soon as these videos are released, so you have time to plan out your trades as we provide cryptocurrency analysis videos on a regular basis. If you want to benefit the most from analysis, then we always recommend listening and taking notes. Be sure to watch the screen for graphs and charts that reflect the analysis. This guarantees you have only the important information that you will need heading into the upcoming trading day after fully watching this video. We will start off by analyzing the fundamentals, then move on to the technical data. We also provide you with potential action plans for the future, so stay tuned for that. Obviously, the goal is for you to be better prepared. And just know this is not financial advice. This video is designed for educational purposes only. Now let's get started with the fundamentals. BTT cryptocurrency powers BitTorrent. BitTorrent allows content creators to connect with their audience, earn and spend digital currency without a middleman. The market cap is $1.8 billion, circulating supply of 989 billion, and there is currently no maximum supply. Let's go ahead and start with today's high. It was 0.0096, and today's low is 0.0094. Not a lot of range so far today, but it's still early. The overall change for the day is 20% from yesterday this time. The 52-week high is 0.0135, and the 52-week low is 0.00012. Bear in mind, folks, that is an increase of over 9,000%. The weekly change is 181%. So keep this in mind, folks. The price has changed massively in the past week. Obviously, we all know that, and had a hard sell-off over the past couple of days. Do not fear, this is very normal, but it did finally reach its bottom at 0.0074. So it took about approximately a 25% hit overall. I'm sure a lot of you were stressing about that, but hopefully you held and you're holding on strong, because I do feel like it's going to rally back up as it has so far. It's up to 0.0095. Again, an increase of over 20% in the last 24 hours. So my BTT crew, you can rest assured it won't be down for long. And based on the current momentum and increase in volume, it does appear the bulls are back in business. We will have a strong support line at 0.0074, that's been tested a few times. And the potential resistance is at 0.0097 and 1 cent even. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the technical analysis. All right, for my day traders out there, let's go ahead and take a look at this. As you can see on the 15-minute chart, the 50-day moving average was acting as a strong resistance, and now it's considered a support level. It's hovering around 0.0093. The 100-day moving average, however, is similar, but it has a larger variance and hasn't been tested yet. And that's been about 24 hours and nothing yet. We'll get back to that later. The VWAP does keep getting tested, which appears to be holding strong with the 50-day moving average. They're kind of working together as a team, keeping the price up. So if you're considering a long position, the RSI looks good when it's under 40. This might be a good entry point to consider, but before you do, make sure that the price is above the VWAP and the 50-day moving average. Something to keep in mind. So here's my action for my day trading. Here's what I plan to do. I would wait until 30 minutes after the resistance level of 0.0097 or 1 cent is tested to see if the support is broken. And if it falls below, then I would wait until a second support level is created. I would pay attention to the RSI to identify when it's considered oversold, and I would also ensure the MACD indicates it's crossing at 2 points in an upward fashion. I'd be looking to take a quick profit. Usually in something like this, I don't hold on for very long. In this case, I typically always sell 50% of my amount first. So when I get closer to my goal, I sell 50% in the first push, and then I sell another 25 and 25. That's always the way that I do things. It seems to work fairly well. You can find your own percentages, but this always ensures that I'm profitable, and I never typically have to worry about paying commission, of course, because obviously I'm in the green, and this doesn't hurt as much when I'm profitable. For my swing traders out there, let's go ahead and take a look at the 4-hour chart. I want to note that the 50-day moving average was tested and rejected when it was tested at 0.0074. This does confirm the momentum has been shifting from bearish to bullish. So be mindful of how the 50-day moving average reacts to the price if it intersects again. And looking at this chart, you can see that BitTorrent is making higher highs. That doesn't mean we're quite out of the woods yet. it is still a strong resistance line at 0.0097 and 1 cent. So that little range there could make or break the price here moving forward. Another thing to consider is the MACD and how it's about to cross upwards. It's a very, very good sign. And I would say that, as a swing trader, my personal opinion, it wouldn't be a terrible idea to consider a position soon. This is technically a positive technical sign to buy because the RSI isn't showing it's overbought yet. The things I plan to do here, I have two options, one for my bulls, one for my bears. As a bull, what I would do is I would consider a 15-minute chart to identify if the currency is still respecting the support level created by the VWAP and the 50-day moving average. Those are both, again, close to 0.0093. If it's tested a couple times in that situation, I'd be looking at taking an open, long trade position as close to possible to that support level while keeping in mind that this would be a short-term trade. I would also look at the MACD to identify if it's crossing at 2 points in an upward fashion. This isn't required, but it certainly does help. It's icing on the cake, if you will. And if that does occur, then that's great. Even just seeing the momentum change from bearish to bullish is a good indicator. It doesn't necessarily have to intersect at 2 points. Another thing to also keep in mind is that you'd want to make sure to average out your positions. So I would take my positions in small increments. So anytime I do something like this, I try to take a little bit at a time. Now, if I was feeling bearish, what I would do is I'd wait until 15 minutes after it's the resistance level is tested, and I would see what that would look like. And if it's still respecting the resistance level, in other words, for 2 red bars in a row on the 15-minute chart, then I would add to my position and or open a short-term trade as close to that resistance level as possible. I would make sure the RSI isn't appearing to be overbought and also pay attention to the MACD to see where the momentum was heading. When I short, I like to sell off in small portions, usually 20% at a time. So 20 for your, if you get halfway to your goal, 20%, halfway again, another 20, and just keep averaging yourself out. So that way, if it turns around and goes south on you, you've still taken profits and you still staying green. Now, we cannot stress this enough. Make sure you set a target, and if you don't hit your target, just get out. It's as simple as that. If you need to work with an Excel spreadsheet, maybe you physically write everything down. It's truly up to you, but I use a template for everything, and I have everything backed up, all of my trades, to ensure that I know what I'm doing and if I can stick to the plan. Anytime I deviate from that, I calibrate and I get back on track. Key to being a profitable trader is to just ensure that you survive to trade another day. If you don't have any money tomorrow, what's the point in spending your money today? You want to have more for tomorrow and the day after, etc. To get there, you need to set small, attainable goals. So do not be afraid to average out your positions as you get closer to where you want to go. Heaven forbid you take a loss, you're going to take a smaller loss if you do something like that. Now, if you find benefit from this content, please like and subscribe. Greatly appreciate that. I want to make sure that you are profitable in your trading and that we all learn and grow together. So be sure to comment and let me know if there's anything else I can do to improve. I'm considering some options where I actually share the screen and analyze it a little differently. So if you'd be a fan of that, please let me know. Get more feedback, more content regarding that. I'll be happy to make that transition. But for now, I feel like this gets the point across and really helps communicate what I'm trying to say. Let's go ahead and grow and build our wealth together. Looking forward to helping you out here. Thanks again for joining me. We'll look forward to talking again soon. Have a great rest of your day.